Well, if you love the way nature shows off with beautiful fall colors, Trace Barnett from the Bitter Socialite is here now to show us how to use that natural beauty to dress up your table. And you've totally done it. This is gorgeous.
I love nature in a centerpiece. My absolute favorite thing to use, probably because it's super cheap. Most of the time it's free, and it's right outside your back door. So I'm having a pumpkin carving party this Saturday. It's my annual pumpkin carving party. So this is my actual centerpiece that I'm using.
Nice.
And I've utilized, of course, you can see branches, gourds, everything. So we'll start over here. So when you're setting up your table, I like to offset my centerpiece. So if you have a large dining table or even a round table, set it up to one side. And what I'll do is I'll start off with an anchor, like that huge basket over there with the massive pumpkin. Of course, I've lined that with branches and dried elements, dried grasses, hay, anything you want to use
whatever
there.
you got in the backyard.
Or your neighbor's yard.
Right.
Just cut it right out. And go ahead, anchor that, put that in the corner of your table, and from there run outward. So one thing I love to do is utilize old buckets, old coffee cans, anything like that. And as you can see here, I've filled it with, I think this is called grousel. I picked this off the side of the road on the interstate whenever I'm traveling around.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
You
didn't hear it here.
No, it just was in his backyard.
Didn't hear it here. And this actually dries perfectly, so this can last all season. If you don't have an old bucket, coffee cans work perfect. Take a stiff wire brush, go ahead and distress those really well, kind of wash them with a little bit of vinegar, dry them really good, and it's going to give you this nice aged patina.
I like
and the
that.
red, if it's like a certain kind of coffee that has a red can, you know, the red's beautiful, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So from your centerpiece, and of course arrange your food around the centerpiece, whatever way it fits. I love to use these dried gourds. These are snake gourds.
I've never seen anything like this. I thought it looked like a long baked potato.
It could be a long baked potato, but these kind of start to fade after a few weeks. And if you sit those like in a well ventilated area, say a garage a little bit lifted up off the ground, they'll dry out into these awesome snake gourds, and those are perfect for tables, wreaths, anything you want to make. Another thing, if you're short on time, if you're short on containers, I love to use muffin tins.
That's so clever.
And you know, just stack a couple on top of each other. These are perfect to pick up at yard sales, and put a lot of seasonal elements, acorns, pumpkins, leaves, mosses into each little individual container, and you have an instant centerpiece that moves around. So after your dinner party's over, you can move it to your side table, coffee table, anywhere.
And then just branches from the yard.
And then just branches. I love to choose these, of course, that have like the nice lichens and stuff on them, the nice moss. I love that. And of course, you know, if you're using dried elements, I love to carry that all around the home. So if you're doing wreaths, go ahead and incorporate dried elements, hydrangeas, of course, these wonderful mushrooms, all these dried grasses,
those are so pretty,
into your other decor. It could be wreaths, centerpieces, whatever. Recreations Home was nice enough to allow me to use some of these grasses, so I didn't have to go pick out of someone's yard.
Well, yeah, and I don't know who has those amazing mushrooms in their yard, but you can buy those.
You can, yeah, they're super, super cool. It was actually the first time I saw those, and they have great texture. I actually used those same mushrooms in a centerpiece, a table, and they're just perfect to stick around, to add a little bit of good texture, and to kind of add a woodsy feel. Because
that's a gorgeous wreath.
Another thing I love to do in the fall is I love these vintage curtains. So this is something great to pick up at thrift stores, yard sales. I think I got a set of 4 for literally like $1. And they're in a fall color. I love that because if they get soiled, if they get stained, you can just toss those in the trash when you're done.
Tell you what, you just have to know what you're looking for.
Just take a look. So like my Facebook and Instagram, follow the instructions. We're actually giving this wreath away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so check it out. It's $250 value. So
That's
bring
wonderful.
a little nature into your home this holiday.
That sounds great. Thanks so much.
Thank
Some good
you.
ideas. So if you'd like more of Trace's great DIY and entertaining ideas, you can check out his blog. It's called thebittersocialite.com.